Here we come. All right. Are you there?
Hey. Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, now my first question is how do you say this? Is it Poose?
Posse?
It's Poose.
Poose
We're
the
both
Puppet.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where did you get that from?
It's from the word purpose, short for, and I say purpose.
Oh, hey, that's pretty clever.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
We're not smart enough to get it. So I'm Mixalom. He's the Miles Revolution, and this is our show. So we go through it and we just talk about the AGT shows. Miles has a Facebook page that's semi-popular, 5,000 followers or subscribers or so. And so we're both AGT fans, so we thought we'd start this and kind of see where we go with it. So we appreciate you coming on with us.
Of course, glad to be part of it.
And I'm just gonna call you Alien Hot Dog Guy because that's what I've been calling.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just comfortable with it now.
Now, do you have
that's perfect.
Do you have multiple channels or pseudonyms or something? Because you said you're going to come on as Benjamin.
Yes. Yeah. So the Alien Hot Dog thing, AGT developed that. It really wasn't something that I normally do, but they were like, that's how you're going to get on the show. And I was like, okay. So my normal show is nothing like that.
That was going to be a question I was going to ask you. Was this an AGT orchestrated act? Because it
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that you're probably a little bit better artist than what was portrayed on that show. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it was an interesting opportunity and I thought it would be fun, but that's what so that happened to be one of my costumes that I wear in my show, and they latched onto that. And they were like, yeah, you're an alien. Well, Poose, the message of Poose is to help people find their purpose. And they were like, oh, you're an alien motivational speaker. And then it turned into what you saw on the show. So,
yeah.
So how did they find, did they find you or did you find them? Because I was thinking, this can't be, and so correct me if I'm wrong, because I'll be surprised if this is the case. But this doesn't seem the case that you just stood in line with thousands of people in an arena and did this act, and then they just kept putting you through, and somehow you got in front of.
No,
it seemed like you were.
No, they picked. Yeah, I was picked, and then I was a wild card. I knew what I was in for. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna go and have fun. So that was what happened.
Where did they pick you, or where did they find you, or do they call you?
They comb the internet for developing artists, and a producer found me actually in 2019 and was talking to me then, but then the pandemic happened, and then got back in touch with me last year, and then it turned into where I am now.
Okay. So do you think you're going to be going back or auditioning again?
Hey, if they ask me to come back and do something else or continue with this character, I probably will, because I had a lot of fun and they were really nice. And also my expectations were really low, so I just had fun with it.
Well, you had the right attitude, that's for sure. You've gotten farther than I've gotten. I mean, I've tried to be on the show, and well, look at you. You got on there, so.
Right. They said they chose like 200 people. And out of 20,000, and I was one of those 200, and I didn't even think they were going to show what they filmed, but they put me on, so I was like, cool.
Yeah. Cool.
So what do you normally do for shows, and what kind of places do you perform? Do you perform just in small clubs, or do you do stand-up comedy, or what do you do?
Well, no, my show has been in clubs. It's been at music festivals. It's been at fringe festivals. What I do is a psychedelic, therapeutic, interactive puppet experience.
Okay. Well, you look like someone that would do that. I can totally see the psychedelic experience right there.
So,
Yeah.
Are you a ventriloquist then?
No, not at all.
Not that great.
Nope. Yeah, so that's what they came up with. Normally, I perform to pre-recorded voices. I wear a mask, and then we do audience participation. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see great videos of what I do and people's reactions. People are really usually very taken by surprise about how immersive the show is and interactive. So it's not just a simple puppet show.
Do you find that since you've been on the show, do people recognize you or find you, or not really, since you're in a mask and everything? Have you found your popularity has changed at all since the show?
Slightly. I got some people reaching out. It got my name out there. I think the best thing for me is that it's a nice notch in the belt, and I can put it on my resume. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got to meet some other really nice people.
Well, I think if you have an in with America's Got Talent, I don't see why they wouldn't bring you back. I mean, they brought back Cedric, who I'm absolutely sick of, but
right, yeah. So maybe they will. I think I did. I mean, I did okay. It's not my best work, obviously, but that's what we came up with, and I was like, okay, if this is what you want to do, then I'm gonna make the best of it.
Yeah.
So when they invite you on, do they present first you and say this is what we want you to do, or did you present first and go I want to do this, and they go no, we want you to do the alien?
Right. So what they focused on was my message, and it's very positive, therapeutic. I incorporate breath work and mindfulness meditation into my show, and the producer that found me loved the message. So she was focusing on Poose's message of positivity. But when I started doing that, I got X'd right away. So they didn't even hear the message, unfortunately.
Were you surprised when they started Xing you?
No.
What does it feel like? Because we were kind of talking about this earlier in the show with some people. When you go up there, is it something when you get X and you're like, here we go, this is what I expected? Or is it hurtful when people start booing? Or are you just like, I don't know,
no,
I don't really care, I'm just here? Like, is it part of the fun?
No.
What does it feel like?
It was part of the fun because I didn't show my face, so it wasn't me getting booed, it was the character. So that helped me. I am pretty sensitive, but it actually wasn't that bad. I actually had fun with it. So, okay. And then they wanted me to curse Simon, and I was like, perfect, I will totally curse Simon.
Yeah, that part was good.
They came up with that like right before I walked on stage. So I was like, okay.
Well,
so right when you came on and you were doing your act, I was actually surprised it was you, because I was like, I bet this alien's going to take off his mask and it's going to be somebody famous. This seemed like one of those setup things where this is going to be somebody we know. And the judges are
right,
going,
yeah.
Oh, this person. That's what I was
right.
Yeah.
So what's your background?
Right, but it was just me.
It was just you. That was the twist, I guess.
So are you like a drama guy?
My background? Yeah, so I've always done like acting and theater, but actually for the longest time I was just like a business guy. And then the pandemic hit and I had my puppet show and people seemed to like it. So I was like, well, what am I doing with my life? I'm gonna move to New Orleans where I live and work on my puppet show. So that's where I am now.
So you say you're a business guy. Did you do something? What did you do before that?
Well, my degree is in international business and I speak Spanish. And then I worked in a trucking company for like 8 years.
Okay.
After college. So I was like I was like basically married and like living in an apartment. And then during the pandemic, everything changed in a positive way. So,
Oh, really? I would expect you to say
mhm.
pandemic it killed your career. Um, the
No, no, it helped.
Wow. Well, that's a good good to hear. I didn't really hear that from many people. So, um, do you play
Yeah.
any instruments or anything? Do you do music
I
at all?
make all my music on the, yeah, I make all the music. I do the soundtrack. I make it all on my computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electronic. I do electronic experimental bass music with my
Nice.
show.
All right.
Yeah, and I love going to music festivals, so maybe I'll run into you. I love.
Yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan, actually. So, my vision is to have an interactive puppet show on a main stage at an EDM festival.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Be very cool. So what
So,
part of?
did y'all? Oh, I was gonna say, did you see any of the? Definitely watch the videos that I have. The show is, I think you're gonna be surprised about it. It's actually pretty weird and cool and interesting. So check out the page if you can. The
Yeah, well, I'll
videos.
definitely check it out. I haven't checked it out yet, but I will for sure.
Okay.
What what areas do you usually perform in? Is there a certain part of the country? Or are you kind of all over, or where are you?
Well, I just went on tour,
Okay.
so New Orleans. I usually go to Georgia, North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, but I've been all over the world. I've been to Europe and to Mexico, so I've been all around.
So
Impressive.
where's the best? You have any shows or anything coming up?
Yes, actually, I'm going on tour with my mentor, Toy Box Theater, and we're going on tour together. If you look up Toy Box Theater, he is very well known in puppetry, and he like talks to Heather Henson, Jim Henson's daughter, on the regular. Has won many awards in puppetry, pretty well known. So he's a great mentor. And I've gone on tour with another group called Nightshade, and they're really good as well. So look up Nightshade.
So you said Toy Box?
Toy Box Theater.
Toy Box Theater. Mm-hmm.
Theater.
But that will be in July. I'm touring to Burning Man in from New Orleans in going on tour to Burning Man in August, excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah, Burning Man's on my
Mhm.
bucket list. I'd love
Oh
to do
yeah, yeah, it's on mine too. And I was like, this is the year. I found the right group to go with, so I'm gonna go.
Very cool. Very
Well,
cool.
you sound like a pretty like you have a pretty unique offering for people. Is it mostly? Do you do also like business
Yeah.
shows? Do you do this stuff for
Say
business?
that. Say that again. It's breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Do you do this with businesses or go to conventions or anything like that?
Not yet, but maybe one day. Yeah, it's an interesting therapeutic experience, and I want to develop that more because I feel like a lot of people feel lost and they have anxiety and stuff like that. And the show is based a lot on stuff that I went through, and then the therapy that I did, and the mindfulness practice and breath work and all that stuff. It's very new agey.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's awesome that someone's even offering such an act. You sound like I said, pretty smart and like you know what you're doing and how to.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, AGT, it's not exactly what I do, but I want to have the experience, and it was great. And they were very nice, and I knew what to expect. So it was a free trip to LA, and Simon lost his voice, so I got to be there for a little bit longer than they told me. So it was great.
All right. So where's the best place online for people to find you? If people want to find out more about you, is it the best to go onto Instagram, or where's the best? Best place?
Instagram.
Instagram.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
And then for anybody who's watching on YouTube, in the description of this video, whether you're watching live or whether you're going to watch the recorded version of this, like most people do, we're going to put all his links right down at the bottom there so that you can find where to find the puppet here.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you have an open invitation. I always say this to our guests. If you watch AGT and there's ever an episode when you say, hey, I got something to say about this act, and you ever want to come on with us and come on video and make a comment or two about an act or be on a whole show with us while we review all the acts, you're always more than welcome to come by. And if you ever if you're ever in our areas and you're doing a show and you got tickets, we'll always take them.
I would love it if y'all came to a show. Where is your area?
So both of us are actually originally from Portland, Oregon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Neither of us live there anymore. Now I'm in Idaho, so I'll probably have to travel to somewhere because I'm in the middle of nowhere at the moment. And Miles is in the middle of Illinois.
Illinois. Okay.
Illinois,
well, I make sure I think I might be coming through Illinois area, so I'll make sure I send you a message about that. I'll let you know the dates on the Toy Box tour. Also, I was going to comment. I heard you guys say that Shadow Ace was your favorite, and he was also my favorite.
Oh, really?
And yes, I got to meet him. He is the nicest guy, and I hope he wins because I was like, you're going to do it for the puppet people, shadow puppets. So
Shadow Ace was so cool. We talked to him last week. He was on with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seemed like a totally nice guy.
He's amazing.
I'm totally rooting for that guy.
I
think he has a legit shot at.
Me too. He's extremely talented and he deserves it. Oh my God, he's amazing. And it was great meeting him. And then also Stevie that you're going to talk to. I don't know if he's coming on. He's great too. He was there with his mom and they were really sweet. So, yeah. Honestly, everybody was so nice and it was such a great experience. I don't have anything negative to say. I just, what they gave me was what they gave me. And I was like, okay, well,
Take it and run.
Not my fault, but I mean, this is what you want me to do. I'll do it, I guess.
All right. Well, thanks for being on with us. And really, if you ever want to come back on, we're always more than happy.
Thank you.
We'll promote you. You seem like an awesome guy. I mean, we'll do it.
So do y'all.
I mean, we're just getting started with this show, but hopefully, you never know. Maybe AGT fans will find us, and if they find us, they'll find you. So we'll help.
Perfect. Thank you. I mean, again, it's great. You got to start somewhere. That's what I'm doing. So much luck to all of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, my friend.
Your purposes clearly.
Yes, that is true.
So.
All right. Oh, you got a puppet.
Yeah. This is Dizzy. I totally forgot Poose. I just got back from tour and I'm exhausted, so I'm sorry about that. But I was like, I have my puppet. This is Dizzy.
At least we got a Disney side, a Dizzy side.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Poose the Puppet. Excellent.
Really nice guy.
My friend, and thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Bye.